Hello producers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to make acid basslines like kinda Maddix tracks, and we are gonna use Serum. We are gonna first make a bassline, kick and bass foundation, and build acid basslines top of that. And if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. Okay, let's make the BPM 135, and I'm gonna use this kick. So I'm gonna create a pattern like 4 or 8 bars, and I'm gonna shorten the kick just a little bit. So when it comes to kick processing, all the samples sounds good at first, but then I realized after just a little bit processing, they become very much more better. In here, I'm just using this kind of EQ, and the good thing is you can just boost the 60 Hz or 30 Hz, it depends on the sample, and at the same time, you reduce same amount. So it gives a really nice body and characteristic to the sound. Let's check with and without. But make sure we are not clipping. I think because we are the key of G, it's good to boost a bit top of the bass, the sub area, because G is not a low key, not that low. Let's call it kick. I always check the waveform of the sample. So like if I have enough transient, if I have enough body, let's check how it looks like. So it looks good. We have a really solid body and our kick is ending in the half, so we have enough room for the bass. But I realized we are lacking of some of the transients, so our kick is too flat. So I'm gonna add some top kick. Okay, I have a kick like this. I really like the first transient of it. It's just really big. So let's send it to here, call it top kick. So we don't have any low information from this. And also we just need transient of it. Let me do like this so I can zoom further. And I'm making the generic so there are no unwanted pop or click sound. Again, don't forget to check the waveform all the time. Now it's a bit too much. Maybe I can just lower whole. I think it sounds good, so I'm gonna call a kick group here so we can control both of the sounds a bit more easily. I feel like we can just give a bit more body, a bit more punch to the kick. So for this, I'm just gonna boost the 300 Hz just a little bit. Now we are talking. I really like how they all sound. Okay, let's copy this to all over the place. Let's do like this. Okay, we are almost set with the kick and now we have to make the bass. So I'm gonna create some rumble channel, but first I like to move them like a bit here. So with the rumble channel, the first thing I'm gonna need is a delay. So I'm putting it to 3. And I'm gonna send my kick group to here. And let's hear only the rumble this time. Sounds nice. After that, I'm gonna add a fruity convolver to make it a bit more smooth. Then we are gonna need some overdrive to get the sound a bit more distorted. And why stop here? Let's put some distortion on it. And now all we need to cut the unwanted high end. So I'm not going too sharp. At first, I just need it a bit more clean. Sounds good. Let's see if we need to cut a bit more frequencies to make it a bit more fit to my kick. I'm gonna quickly put some sidechain on it so it not interfere with the kick. I think it's nice, so I'm gonna render it without the... So let's render this bad boy. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna only hear the rumble with this, so let's click wave. So we got this waveform. I'm gonna disable here, so rumble 2. Now we have a sample, so when I click pause, it's not gonna keep playing all the time. We just need some solid part, and I'm gonna duplicate it like this. So now we can work on the side chain and make it perfectly fit with the kick. Let's turn on the waveform view. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can cut a bit more highs. And also, I really like to do this. I'm gonna put a kick bass channel to here. And I'm gonna route both my bass and the kick to that channel. And I like to use the black box. It's a really nice saturation plugin. You can use any of the saturation plugins. In here, I like to saturate like just a little bit. So it's gonna even tame some of the dynamics of the sound. So they will sound more glued and fat. We are getting several dB of more gain, so I'm gonna lower the output, so I'm gonna match the gains. Yes, the kick and bass is perfect, and we can finally build the acid bassline top of it. So let's call it acid, and I'm gonna put it to here. And I'm gonna add the serum. So in here, I think we have several options to make our acid basslines. So first, let's write a pattern. I'm gonna make it like less sustain. Just using the regular saw wave. So I'm gonna write some cool acid pattern. I'm gonna route it to here and call acid. So I like to go organized all the time. Maybe we can put some sidechain to here. And also let's cut the lows just in case. I'm not cutting too much. I'm leaving some of the low mid, some of the bass sounds. So it's gonna sound more like a bass. Because the rumble is covering all the sub, we just need to fill the bass area with this beautiful acid sound. From now, we have several options. We can go back and fix the MIDI later and make it fit more. First, like we have to decide, Are we gonna make the acid like this? So you can just go some filter, give some resonance, drive and fatness, and you can just route this to here. It's already sound nice. The resonance is the key thing to get the acid sound. Even you can do something like this. You can make the second envelope to connect here and like make another curve to here. Let's hear how it sounds with the track. Also, always we can give it some distortion to make it a bit more big. As you see, we are gonna process them in the mixer as well, but first I'm just trying to make the vibe, make the sound fits nice with the track. This is one option. We can just work more with the filter settings and like we can transform it. Sounds really decent in the track. But I'm gonna show you another approach to make the acid bass lines because like the filter one is just too generic, too easy. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna disable this and even turn off the filter. We can go to the waveforms, analog, and we see the acid in here. So let's choose it and see how it sounds. Pretty basic, right? But if you connect the second envelope to here and change the waveform position, wavetable position like this waveform is just made for making acid sounds, so it's gonna sound nice. Sounds way more better. So as you see, the key thing is to find the best wavetable. So you can probably download some of the acid wavetables or you can find them in some specific packs. But in Serum, like we have this one as the default one and it sounds good. I'm gonna go mono legato. And also, I'm gonna find the lowest part that sounds good. And I'm gonna connect this first macro to here. So when I open this, probably like in the end of the phrases, we can give it a bit more movement. So it's always good to have something like this. Even you can connect this one to this decay as well, but this time less. So it's gonna make the notes a bit more bigger. Probably gonna be usable in the build-ups. And it sounds really nice. From now on, let's see what kind of different processing we can make. Still, we can use a filter on envelope 3. It's gonna give a totally different vibe. Like if you want to use it some kind of like a mid bass, it can be really usable like this. Or you can just don't use a filter at all and use it like this. Okay, let's give it some overdrive to make it fat. Maybe even a camel crusher. Even if you want to color it, you can go back to here and like launch an equalizer. Let's do it like this. Let's get rid of this muddiness in here. Maybe we can boost the top end a bit. From now on, I'm not gonna work highly on the processing, but we can always use some delay and reverb, but just a little bit, so it fits more into the mix. First, maybe I can just fix the color of it. I'm gonna work on the MIDI a bit. Let's make it a bit more good. I still don't like the color of it. That's why I'm just gonna leave a bit more time on this. I think it sounds good now. We are sidechaining it too much. Maybe we can go easy like this. And also you can go hard with the glides. Let's try to make something more glidey. I'm gonna add some drums so we can hear how it sounds in kind of full mix. I'm gonna use this hi-hat, so let's go create a new pattern. So in here, I'm gonna show actually something really cool trick. So to make the hi-hats a bit more humanized, you can always do this, right? Alt Q and go techno from here. It should be in levels techno, and then you can see that you can change the velocities like this. So it gives some kind of humanized groove, but never stop there. So let's send this to here, for example, and call it hats. I'm gonna put a peak controller in here, and I'm gonna go to the envelope settings, and I'm gonna connect this decay to the peak, and then I'm gonna make the bass like this, so it's a really little. So we are making hi-hat so small. Let's hear without the leads. With this, you can just humanize your hi-hat length, so it's gonna sound more organic, more acoustic. And you can always put a limiter to here, and let's send the kick group like this. So we can side chain the hats with the kicks. Even if you want, you can make the Haas effect on the hats. Or you don't, you can create some drum reverb bus to here and add a reverb too. Go to drum room, make the dry 0%, so you can just send the hats to here just a little bit. And it's gonna give a depth to your track. You can send several hats, claps, or any kind of sounds to this drum reverb bus, and you are going to have a more completed mixdown. And you can always use the macro and automate things, so you keep everything always more interesting. So let's make a pattern like this. Maybe in the second part we can just start doing this. Yeah guys, today I show you how to make Maddix kinda techno acid bassline drop. So I hope you can apply this to your own productions too. Thanks for watching guys, see you on the next video. Bye bye.